Hey guys, this is Xzavyer the Hedgehog here. Enjoy the video that you guys are about to watch. I just wanted to let all of you know that I have a Facebook at Xzavyer XTHHedgehog. I have Google Plus at the same username as my YouTube, and I have a Twitter at HedgehogXTH. So I figured I'd bring all that to you guys' attention. Without further ado, enjoy the video you're about to watch. What's up, everybody? This is XTH, Xzavyer here. So, this is gonna be another one of these making action figure type deals. This guy is going to be infinite. Infinite from the... This guy is what Wake Angel 2001 My Color Composite. No, it's not those stupid RCA cables. Anyway, this guy was being made from SBO's feet, head, and body, with Tails' arms, legs, hands, and tail. Now, if you're wondering why SBO's head looks like that, I'll explain that in a second. Alrighty then. Let's first talk about this head. This is SBO's head. And if you're wondering why it looks like this, it's because I was kind of thinking of making a different custom, so I started turning SBO's head into a hedgehog head. And yes, the eyes are now separated, and I cut off his, I don't know, fin thingies on the back of his head. But anywho, I had to do some major resculpting on this head. Seriously, you almost couldn't tell that it was SBO's head. Well, actually, you really can't, since I'd have to make that mask as well. This is what the head looks like. Now, this wasn't the final paint job. I did go back and spruce it up and make sure that that there was nothing being overdone. But anyway, this took about a fourth of my milliput. Wow, man, I seriously have to have a lot of dedication, because I don't like to I hate half-assing things. If I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it right. But anyway, let's move on. Here are Infinite's boots. First thing I had to do was drill a hole and well, I had to drill a hole in the shoes, because when I bought the SBO figure, they mentioned that there was super glue on his body. I was expecting like a fused leg joint or something, not the entire thing to be nearly immobile. Anywho, yeah, I had to do that, and then I had to cut the shoes to a point and sculpt over them, because Infinite shoes call for having pointy ends, not like a genie, but having Anyway, I would hate to get kicked with those things. I'm sure you would too. It'd probably make you spurt blood everywhere. Probably die on contact too. Anyway, so this is what the finished boots look like. I like the black and gray color scheme of this guy. It looks really, really nice. And his white head contrasts it pretty well. And next are the hands. These were a very simple affair. First, I had to sculpt on the little things that Infinite has on his hands. Probably some type of guards or something, since they're raised. But anyway, that's all I had to do. And then I had to paint them, and I put them on toothpicks, and so that they wouldn't get any paint on the table or anything like that. The last two things we're going to do are the body and the tail. Now, the reason why this body's cut in half is because when I said the SBL figure was super glued, that also meant his waist was super glued, and I was trying to get it free, but I ended up just turning off the thing into in the first place. So yeah, I just sculpted over the body, and I had to cut off the mushroom peg or else it wouldn't fit into Tails' neck peg correctly. And that's that. So, it was painted, and now we move on to the tail. Tail isn't really anything to write home about either. All I really had to do was cut off one of the tails, but I ended up using the one that doesn't have the plug on it, because, you know, there's no hole in SPO's butt for the peg to go into. And yes, I know that sounds weird, but still. So I had to do that, and then I had to sculpt over the tail a little bit, paint it, and then attach it to the body. That was done by super glue, but I put on 2 layers just to make sure that it wouldn't come off, even if I dropped it or anything. You know, you just gotta make sure of a few things. And then I had to sculpt over that too. So, yeah. Here's a completed Infinite. Doesn't he look great? Yeah, I think he looks pretty good. But you know what? You see his tail? You see how it isn't on there? That's because I only put on 1 layer of glue initially. And it snapped off the minute I tried to pick him up. So that's why I sculpted over it and did the extra layer of super glue and all that other stuff. But you might notice we're missing one more thing. So we're moving on to Infinite's mask now. Probably the hardest part of the entire thing. So that's just made out of some foam from a glasses case. And I had to line the piece of foam up to his face. I had to make marks for where the eyes would be, cut those out. But then you see that there's only one cutout. There's only a cutout for one of his eyes. That's because of my complete misunderstanding of how Infinite's mask works. I thought that the black that the black part that's supposed to represent the other eye is just painted onto the mask. No, it's actually his other eye. So I had to cut that too. And so I was thinking about maybe just, you know, attaching a rubber band to the mask and then just putting it on his head that way. Then I figured, why do that when he's never shown to have taken off his mask anyway? So yeah, I do just that. I super glue the mask onto his head, and I sculpted a bit on it, and I cut the various parts into it. And so now there's a finished Infinite. Completely finished, and I think he looks badass. This is probably my favorite custom I've ever done. I'm serious. I like it that much. But anyway, here's Infinite with Sonic for comparison. I figured, you know, since they're going to be battling in Sonic Forces anyway, why not just have a picture that resembles that? So, anyway, I thank you guys for watching. This has been XTHHedgehog and Infinite. So, I will see you guys later. Thanks for watching.